Okay.
I got you.
All right. Hall of Famer on the line. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. How you guys doing?
We're doing good, man. Thank you for doing this. I'm just waiting for my co-host. Just one sec.
Thanks so much for taking the time, Terrell.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
So you're headed home for homecoming, huh?
Billy,
Yeah, somewhat. I'm just going up there for tonight. I'm not going to make the game. Yeah, I'm just going to make it up there for tonight.
Billy, your microphone is your headphones right now.
I got you.
Okay.
I didn't know my name was Amanda. Did you guys see that?
Amanda Davis?
Yes, Amanda Morris. No, Amanda Morris. Thanks for joining us, Amanda.
Is that actually going to be on the screen?
No, of course not.
Okay.
No, they'll take it out. That's who signed you into the Zoom.
I was like, wait a minute.
You can also change it. We can show you after.
We'll send you if you need proof. We'll send it to you. Okay, Terrell.
I didn't think that was the case. I know how to change it.
All right. Are you ready to go, sir?
Yeah.
3, 2.
I'm ready.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Billy.
Yes.
Billy, Hall of Fame running back, one of the best football players I've ever seen. Terrell Davis is with us, and he is with us on behalf of Wells Fargo. He is returning to Georgia for homecoming week, and he joins us right now. Terrell, thank you for joining us. What are you doing with Wells Fargo? What are you doing at Georgia?
Yeah, I'm teaming up with Wells Fargo, and we're helping student athletes and their families, with financial education resources to really maximize their earning potential while they're dealing with the this NIL era. I mean, this is it's a unique one for these student athletes to be able to navigate some of the obviously the benefits of making money, but also some of the pitfalls. And so today I'm doing this, and then later on tonight I'll be heading back to campus, and we're having a conversation with myself and the Wells Fargo executive with student athletes. And that you don't have to be a student athlete at Georgia. This is for student athletes nationwide. They can tune in tonight to watch it. You can see it on my social channels, or you can go to georgiadogs.com. They can watch it there. But this is great because when I was in college, we didn't have anything like this. And so now to have the resources and to have Wells Fargo investing in these student athletes' futures is really awesome.
Terrell, it is awesome. What do you make of the new college football landscape I'm happy to hear that you're doing this because kids are getting a lot of money. They don't know what to do with it. Hopefully they have many of their contracts signed. But what do you make of the new college football landscape where you have all the kids being paid, all the kids transferring whenever they want? You have 17-year-olds playing with 27-year-olds. But I think it's never been better. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I'm not a big fan of the transfer portal at the rate it allows you to transfer. That's the only thing I would say. I would hope at some point they would put some measures in there that will allow you, where you can't transfer all the time, or the NIL is where if another school wants you to transfer, you have to compensate the program that you got the player from, the student athlete from, and then maybe pay them the same amount. But I think universities should benefit from other schools taking their athletes. But as far as the NIL and young athletes making money, I'm 100% on board with that. I love it. It gives them a chance to experience that success in college, to be able to benefit from their name, their image, their likeness. And a lot of student athletes would never have an opportunity to make that kind of money once they leave college. So why not allow them to enjoy it, to enjoy that and to benefit from their success and their popularity.
Does it need to be more organized, though? Should there be a commissioner of college football, something?
I think so. I think, anytime it's like the wild west.
It really is, Terrell. It's amazing. Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's problematic, and I think these two things might help, right? You create a salary cap for schools. Here it is. You got X amount of dollars. That's all you can spend on NIL. Obviously, I think bringing it in-house is where I think it's headed. As a matter of fact, I'm almost positive that's where it's headed. And then you do, like I said before, is that you punish schools financially for taking other players. If this kid goes from University A to University B, University B has to compensate University A, in some type of, like, not only for the salary, but some type of punitive damages or something like that. So I think by doing that, you might have less kids transferring.
Right.
But listen, but that's, other than that, I think it's awesome to see what's happening now. With the old days of seeing a guy come into a system and staying there 4 or 5 years, I think those days are gone, and we'll miss that, because it's hard to look at the roster sometimes and say, man, where this, like, normally you can see a roster grow, and okay, next year they have this junior, they have this sophomore,
Right.
and he'll be there. You don't know that.
Right. Back when you were playing, you were backing up Garrison Hurst. I mean, that's just the way it was, right?
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. And I wonder, I say, man, like, if NIL were around, we all have to think about it. What if we had stayed in our situation? Because we all had to go through some challenging times. I went through challenging times at Georgia, and I do wonder if I would have tried to stay if transferring was available to me.
Sure.
And I hope I would have, but who knows? I may not.
I was going to go just there with you because obviously you had a great NFL career, Hall of Famer. You did well, obviously financially as well. I was going to ask you if you ever think back, like, man, if I was in college, I wonder what I would have gotten in NIL. But your point is more interesting. Like, I wonder if I would have been tempted to go somewhere else because of offers that are made to me. And I wonder if your journey would have then been different. Like, I wonder if you going through what you had to go through as a result of not being able to transfer, if you think that was instrumental in what amounted to a Hall of Fame career.
That's a great question.
That is it's the ultimate question. Who you ultimately become, is that because and you grinded through it and you became patient and you had to go through that process? Was that part of why I was successful? I don't know. I don't have an answer to that. And would that affect other kids for just kind of, in our word, we kind of say, they're quitting. They don't want to go through the hard time, so they opt out and go another route. I don't know.
It's interesting.
I don't know.
Right.
I'd like to think that no matter where I went, I was going to find a way, but who knows?
No, but you
You
have
know,
like
I did come from,
you have
I
that
came from Long Beach State, though.
Right, and you went to Georgia, exactly. Right, you transferred over, but you sat
That's right.
behind Hurst. Like, I guess what Billy's saying, and it's a great point. There was a time where Alabama had Tua and Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts was a starter, Tua was the backup. But and it wasn't too long ago, by the way. But now Tua, because he's not getting the playing time, probably just transfers to a place where he does get the playing time, and we never see Tua come into the game late for Jalen Hurts and win that national championship. It seems like, Terrell, kids are sprinting to the playing time rather than facing some adversity and maybe waiting a year or two because they chose to go to a really competitive school.
So you brought up a great point. Are they transferring not because they're experiencing hard times, or is it because they only have a limited amount of time and they want to maximize that? That might be part of it too, right? Like, to sit there and let's look Arch Manning for example. Okay, Arch Manning is probably going to be a starter next year, and he'll be a junior, so he'll play 2 years.
Right.
Well, let's say a kid comes in there and they're sitting behind Arch, or another young quarterback. Do you want to wait for it? Do you want to wait 4 years before you play 1 year, or are you like, I need to go play?
Yes.
I want to, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yes. It just happened with Ohio State and Kyle McCord. He was a freshman. I think they went to the playoffs. He went to Syracuse because they brought in two guys that were better than him, and he wanted to play.
I just want to play. I want to play. I have a limited amount of time. I don't have time to wait.
Well, that's the interesting thing about college, right? Because you really do just have a limited amount of time. It's not even like the NFL. You have a limited number of years before you get older, whatever. But in football too, you could get hurt one play to the next, right? So like your entire career could be derailed. And the way the system used to be, coaches had no loyalty to any of these players, right? Like you'd bring in a guy and then the next year you're already looking for his replacement. And if you get passed over, like, sorry, buddy, you just didn't play. And then your career gets completely derailed. So like there is criticism, I guess, of players going for the money, and you could say that they're selfish, but they're really just taking care of themselves and I guess their future families and children's and all that to come. So you can't fault them, really.
I would not fault you. You have to think about yourself, and you have to think about. We make these comments assuming everybody's going pro, and
Right.
that's not the reality. The reality is you have a limited amount of time. You might be a really good player, but you probably would never make it to the next level. You have to maximize your earning potential while you can. And if that's transferring to another school, that's what you have to do. And I would never tell somebody not to do it and stay there and sort of pass over actual playing for waiting your turn at a school that may or may not be better for you to go to the next level. I mean, we don't know.
Right.
We don't know. So no, do what you got to do.
Terrell, put us where you were. Put us inside your head as Georgia's making that comeback against Alabama, and then Alabama steals the game away from you at the very end. What was Terrell Davis doing?
I was watching it. I was watching. Of course, you pretty excited about the comeback. Thought that they had completed it when they took the lead, but knew they had to make a stop. And so when they didn't make the stop, it's just like, oh, here we go again. Because man, I was at the championship game. I believe it was 2017 when we played Alabama. And that was when Tua first started. That's when Tua came in, and Hurts was starting. Yeah, Hurts was starting.
Yeah, Hurts was starting. Yep.
And then Tua came in. I was on the sideline of that game, and I was just about to text. We had just went to overtime, and Georgia got a sack on second down, or was it first down? And so it was like second and 30. It was it was a long yard gain to get the first down, and all we had to do was stop them. Game was over. And I'm about to text, hey, Georgia national champions.
Oh no.
And that was a play. And as I'm about to send out the text, I can hear the crowd I'm on Georgia sideline, so the crowd is just quiet. And the ball's in the air, and I look up and it's coming over my head, and it's right there. Bam. And it's like game over. They go nuts and they beat us on the sideline. So that was
It's your fault, Terrell. You jinxed it, man. I mean,
Yeah.
I think so. Maybe I
so.
can't. But I went to the two. I thought I was a big jinx, but then I went to the two national championship games, and that just dispelled that whole rumor. So
right, but you didn't start texting anyone before you won the game. That's the difference.
Yeah.
You learned your lesson, I guess, right?
That is true.
Well, but now because of the new playoff format, do you like the new playoff format? Because now
I love
Georgia's
it.
still in it. Yeah, like you guys are good.
It hasn't even happened yet, and I was super excited when they announced 12 teams. I said, now that's what it's supposed to be. Actually, I think it's going to 16 teams sooner rather than later. I think after this year,
Really?
they're gonna put in. They want 16 teams. The more teams you have in, I think it's the better. I just do. I just love college football. I love playoff football. I don't think it's this idea or notion that you should be, privileged to make it into the playoffs. To me, I don't think that shouldn't be the case. I mean, you look at basketball. Basketball got 100 teams in their tournament right now. College NCAA basketball has a ton of teams in the final that bracket, and it has not diluted the quality of play. I think that's where it's headed. I like it because it involves more non-traditional conferences, non-traditional teams who can play a season and still feel like they don't have to be perfect to make it there. And that's what I love about it. So yeah, I'm a big fan of 12. Can't wait for it to start.
I have an idea I want to run by you, Stugotz. I feel like you might be in on this idea too. Okay.
All right. I also feel like Terrell Davis should be the commissioner of college football. But anyway, go ahead with your idea, Billy.
Okay.
Yes.
So we're at 12 now. We moved to 16. I think that we kind of stretch it out and we make it so that essentially the entire season is a playoff bracket, right? Everybody's in at the beginning of the season. You rank all the teams 1 through 150 or whatever it is, right? And it's win or go home or lose or go home. So as soon as you lose, your season's over and you've been removed from the playoffs, and you just keep going until there's one team left that's undefeated.
Can all the kids from the losing team transfer wherever they want? I mean,
Ooh.
That would not. It's like you're taking us back to that one loss and you're done stuff. I don't like that.
He doesn't want he doesn't want the pressure, Billy.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
He said reduce the pressure. Terrell, we'll let you go. We'll ask you about Wells Fargo again in just a second, and we appreciate your time. I am wondering, how often do you remind John Elway that he's never won a Super Bowl without you?
I know. No. And you know what's and he'll clap back and blah.
Wait, we missed that. What does Elway? What does he say back to you?
He would say that I had never won one without him either. So
Yeah, but he went to 3 without you and lost, Terrell. You have the argument ender, okay? All right.
No, that's my man. We definitely wouldn't have won any of those games without him, man.
Terrell, we appreciate this very much. It's a pleasure speaking to you always. One more time on the way out here, tell us what's going on at the University of Georgia this weekend with you, and of course with our friends at Wells Fargo.
Yeah, Wells Fargo and the student athletes and their parents with the financial resource where we have resources, and it's really about because the NIL stuff that's here. We're doing an event tonight, hosting an event for student athletes, and this will be with the Wells Fargo executive. Rod Robinson is running back at Georgia alma mater in Lincoln High School, and I mentor him. And so we were part of a series that started a content series. So you can check it out tonight, 7:30 at georgiadogs.com or UGA's Facebook or my social channels. Check out the Be a Georgia Athlete to watch it. This is for student athletes across the country. You can tune in and watch it. It's about financial empowerment.
All right, sir. We appreciate it. You are a good man. Enjoy the weekend, and hopefully we will see you. I think Billy and I would like to anoint you as the commissioner of college football. We'll discuss it down the road with you if you would come back and join us.
I sure will. Absolutely, guys.
All right, enjoy the weekend, Terrell.
All right, see y'all.
All right. Thank you so much, man.
Thanks, Terrell.
All right, thank you.
If you don't say
Amanda.
If you don't say that to Elway, you should say it every day. I'd call him just to say that to him. I mean, you're laughing, you know. Have fun, man. Enjoy it.
Thank you.
Hold on, I need an intro.
Have a good one.
All right, you too.
Thanks, Amanda.
Thank you, Amanda.
Thank you.
Whoop.
Oh, quick. Let's do this quick. How long?
Like 5
Whoop.
minutes, maybe less. You can do like 4.
Did Stugotz already or no?
No, but Amin needs this, so we got to rush here.
Yeah, just give me.
And
Just,
I'll do it right when I get home. I told Flo.
just give me a 3-minute intro and throw it to Golick.
So we're airing Golick and Sims, right?
Yeah, Golick and Sims.
Okay.
Yeah, the Terrell Davis thing he's promoting is tonight. It's not gonna.
Billy, we can put it out today.
For audio, yeah.
We could, whatever. We could put it on YouTube or something.
Yeah. It's got to get cleaned up though. He kept freezing.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, 5. Billy, what do you want to do here? Promote and you have your daily fantasy?
Yeah, I have the fantasy. I think it's just the one Smirnoff read and the fantasy mention.
Okay.
I believe.
Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. God bless football, Billy Gill.
God bless football, Stugotz.
Well, thank you, Billy. We have a nice trip coming up this weekend. You and I together going on vacation. Me and you to Chicago, courtesy of our friends over at Smirnoff. I'm very excited. I mean,
We're slowly traveling the country together, Stugotz. We're seeing all these different cities going around the world. I mean, not really the world. It's really just the U.S. We should do an international thing. Like, let's go to the Caribbean. Let's tell Smirnoff, hey, you know what? we want to cover week 5 of the NFL, but we want to do it from Barbados.
All right,
Do you think
I
they'll go for that?
I don't know. I mean, this weekend would have. I'm happy to go to Chicago. I'm happy to go do what we're doing, but it would have been a good weekend to try that out in England for the Sam Darnold revenge game against the Jets. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
Wow. Would you have gone to England?
No.
Oh, okay.
I would have gone to with you. I would have gone to England. Yes, I would have.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it'd be fun. That's why.
What would we have done in England?
Watch football. I don't know. Same thing I do here.
Yeah.
I don't know why I have to go all the way to England, another continent, to do it, but it just seems fun. What would we do? I don't know. What do you do in London? Like shopping, have some food, drink some beers, you know?
Yeah. You mentioned it earlier, but guys, God Bless Football is presented by Smirnoff. We do game days. Please drink responsibly. The Smirnoff Company, New York, New York. If you're going to be in the Chicago area, you can come hang out with us for the Bears and the Panthers game, and really all the games. We're going to be there at noon on Sunday. So come on by. Joe's on weed if you want to see us live in Chicago, kind of putting on a show for you guys throughout the game. And I guess, Stugotz, you're already going to be reacting to the London game between the Vikings and your Jets.
Yeah, I'll be there early because I'm assuming Mikey A will be there with me. But the Jets play the Vikings. I'm going to watch that game. We'll have the 1:00 games for you, Carolina and Chicago, which is noon Central out in Chicago. But I'm excited, Billy. I'm going to show you the town, man. That's my town. Chicago's like my second home. The Windy City.
Is
I
it?
love it. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Don't look now. New game. Don't look now. We're a quarter of the way through the NFL season. How did this happen? How are we by week 5 already?
I don't know. It's a sprint, man. It really is. I would say baseball takes forever to get through its regular season, and football just flies by, man. It really does.
Yeah. Baseball also, like, it's crazy because, like, half the teams that made the playoffs are already eliminated from the playoffs after 2 days.
I know.
Yeah.
When is baseball going to figure out, God bless baseball, but when is baseball going to figure out that they need to shorten the regular season and expand the postseason? Because those are the games we care about. That's it. Period.
Yeah.
End of discussion. More postseason games, Major League Baseball.
Yeah. Well, okay. No one cares about that today here, though. This is God Bless Football, and we have a lot to get to. We have Chris Sims, who's going to join us. We have Mike Golick, who's going to join us. We have your Stugotz picks. We have Terrell Davis, who's going to join us, which is exciting, a Hall of Famer.
Yes.
How many Hall of Famers have we had on this show? We had Baselli.
Yeah.
We've had Terrell Davis now.
There's a lot. We've had a lot of Hall of Famers on the show. I don't have the number off the top of my head. Fuentes, do you have a number off the top of your head?
I don't.
Not Golick and not Chris Sims.
We have
Not
some Hall of
Golick,
Famers-
not Sims.
Hall of Famers in our hearts.
Yes.
Well, Golick's in a wrestling Hall of Fame and the Radio Hall of Fame. So
I meant
if you
to
count those.
I meant to run an idea by you, Billy. Okay, and I'm certain
okay.
you have to promote our daily fantasy game over at DraftKings here in a second. We'll get to Golick, we'll get to Sims, we'll get to all the football analysis in a second. I want a God Bless Football Hall of Fame. How about that? You like that? We have a ceremony every year. I think it would be great. I really do.
Do we let one person in every year? Or is it based on how they performed that year, or how does our Hall of Fame work?
I think commitment to the show, loyalty to the show, doesn't matter what they do on the field or if they were great on the field. It matters what they do for us. And so I'm thinking right. So I'm thinking, Mojo, his commitment to the show, that's a guy that I could see getting into the Hall of Fame. We got to figure this out. It's just an idea. I'm laying the groundwork. We probably need a committee, and then we need an enshrinement ceremony.
Yeah. Well, and we also need an award, right? Like we need our own jacket or our own bust or whatever. Like we need something to give the person. And I feel like, and there has to be a number, right? Like, I don't know if it's one, maybe only 2 people get in every year. But it can't be everybody, because then what's going to happen? Okay, we're going to enshrine Golick, and we're going to enshrine Chris Sims, and we're going to enshrine and then everybody that's expecting to get in is going to get in. You know what I mean? I would nominate. I would nominate Mattress Mac.
Oh, wow. He's been great. You're right. First ballot Hall of Famer. No, I am totally.
Only one appearance, though.
Right. Yeah, but it was a Hall of Fame appearance. I mean, was it not? I like the idea of giving them golden headphones. How about that?
Oh,
or a golden microphone.
Headphones.
Yeah.
Wow. Headphones, I think, might be cheaper. The microphones we use are kind of expensive. And then we're going to, spray paint them gold? Ooh, wait. How about this? Okay. New idea.
We're on.
And I don't know why we're doing this. New idea. every year we have a Hall of Famer and they get the golden microphone. So every time they join us, they're on their golden microphone Hall of Fame. But the next year when someone else gets in, they get the golden microphone.
Yes, I love it. Right.
Did you mention our weekly fantasy game? Because it's presented by Smirnoff. You guessed it, the world's #1 vodka. Please drink responsibly. If you guys want to compete against us, $3 buy-in. Go to dkng.co/Smirnoff. Get your picks in before 1 p.m. Eastern on Sunday, and you can compete against us. 1 o'clock games, 4 o'clock games. And Stugotz, we need to set a mental note. We need to get our picks in by 12 o'clock Central Time on Sunday because we're going to be in a different time zone for the first time. So we can't dilly-dally. We need to get those picks in earlier this week.
Yeah, I know. It's my home away from home. You know I didn't mention the daily fantasy game, and you still promoted it anyway. I mean...
You said it earlier.
I did.
Who would you put in? Wait, real quick before we go to Golic. Who would you nominate? Like, who would be your nominee for the Hall of Fame this year?
This is a great question for the God Bless Football Hall of Fame. Fuentes, who would be your? No, it's not Fuentes. Okay, like Billy's right. You got to drag this on. You don't just let Golic in and Sims in the same year. You want to create a buzz. You got to keep Golic or Sims waiting, much the way the NFL Hall of Fame kept Tony Baselli waiting. Fuentes, who do you think should be? Think of all the people we've had on the show. It should not be Golic. It should not be Sims. They should not be part of the first class. They have to wait.
Yeah.
Well, I would put Golic in the first class. He's just so nice.
No.
I would say strong nominee, Nitro.
Oh, wow.
Ooh,
Nitro.
Nitro.
Wow.
Or Mike Wright, perhaps?
Mike Wright for putting up with the Nitro question.
Well,
I was thinking of Mike Golic Jr. going in first.
I was thinking K-Funk.
No, K-Funk can never get in.
We'll
Ever.
never hear the end of it.
No. I'd put in like Mike Rallis before K-Funk, and he's been on 2 episodes.
Lacey.
Oh, the AC company. You know what? That might be our first.
If you don't know who Lacey is, Lacey is a bartender at a strip club in Tampa who also owns an air conditioning company. And she made 2 appearances on the show. They were glorious appearances. That is how we introduce the God Bless Football Hall of Fame, because she is what our show is all about.
And don't forget,
but
Mrs. Schefter.
Oh, Mrs. Shefty.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
But also Lacey now lives in Canada, and I think we've lost access to her.
Right.
So.
All right, Mrs. Schefter's a good one. And Mr. Schefter's leg.
Ooh, okay. I like it. This is a good Hall of Fame.
Thank you. All right.
It's really shaping up.
It is. It's something we discuss and we'll never finish.
Correct. Let's go to Golic.
All right, Billy. I'm guessing I'm sending all this to you, right?
Yeah. Send it to me.
There was a little delay with me and Billy. That's why I was a little.
No, that's cool.
Right.
But one question before you guys leave.
Yes.
On Monday, what time do you want to record? We can't record early because of Samson, so we have to record after the show starts.
Or we'd have to record at 6:30 a.m. if that is something that interests you, Stugotz. I know that is not super appealing.
I don't know yet.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
maybe we'll start the show a little late.
I mean, I talked to Carl. He said he'll talk to Dan about it. So if we want to go like at 9 or 10, we could do that too.
All right. Let me think about it.
I just don't want to wait too long, and then it's like goes out like at noon or something, and no one hears it.
I agree.
Yeah. We'll
figure it out.
Yeah. Ponder it on your way home, Stugotz. I'll ask you again when you get.
I love a good ponder.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, guys.
I'll call you, Billy.
All right.